to watch. So we are recording. Welcome to our call. I hate saying that. I think it's weird, but it's you guys every week. But we have a guest speaker, and you all know who she is. Carolyn's going to be sharing a few thoughts and ideas with us tonight because there's a lot of new faces, and I'm hoping a lot of them will watch this recording. And I'm sure there's a few people that aren't here because the Penguins game is starting at this moment. So I apologize in advance if I'm not muted and you hear screaming in the background because Brandon's in the next room. But thankfully I can sit for a little bit so we can have the call in here and I didn't have to cancel it again. So I think the only recognition I haven't made recognition boards yet because we don't have a massive team. We have one person, I believe, on the board right now, which is Chelsea. So shout out to her I think she's at 2. And we had a bunch of people cycle today, which was really exciting. But besides that, it's a new month. So we're still pretty fresh. You have a lot of time. I'm still at 0. So don't feel discouraged if you don't have any Success Club points yet because neither do I. But I'm going to turn the board over to Carolyn to have her share. I don't know if she has slides or if she was going to talk. I didn't think so, but she's going to talk a little bit with us, and then if anybody has any questions, we can just chat. All right.
Hey guys. Excited to get to talk to you all. First of all, your team, as like all of you together as a whole, you guys are crushing it. We've got some people, a lot of Team Cycle bonusers this week too, I saw. So I'm in your team page. I see what's going on. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about your mission and your vision. And I know Chelsea may have heard a little bit of this last night, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with you guys because I want to really help you guys figure out what it is that you specifically want to do with your business, because we're all health and fitness coaches, which we're more than that. We're not just health and fitness coaches, but that's like, if you wanted an umbrella term of what we all are, we're all Beachbody coaches. But the thing that separates each of us from each other is ourselves and what our mission is. So I wanted to start, and I know like before you get started as a coach, you get on the GSR call, you talk about your why, like what do you want to do? And everyone's like, I want to help people. I'm like, okay, cool. We all do. What else do you want to do? So what are your goals? Like, what do you want in life? And some people will say, oh, I want to pay off debt. I want to be financially free, or I want to be able to stay home with my kids, or I want to quit my job. And people will say things like that. But also we have to remember there's another part of our why too that has to do with other people. So it's important that you have two sides. And instead of thinking of like those two sides as like, well, one's for me and one's for other people, you want to think of it as your vision and your mission. So your vision is something that is for you, and it's okay for you to want stuff. Like, I don't know who ever told you like it was bad to want things in life, or it's bad to be like thinking about the kind of house you want to have, or the kind of car you want to drive, or whatever you want to, like how you want your life to be. But you are allowed to have the kind of life you want to live. So why not make it happen, right? Why are we just going to settle with the life that we have? Like, oh, I guess I'm just going to have to live this kind of life just because that's what society tells me. Like, I can't live the kind of life I want to live. That's a bunch of bullcrap. So you need to think about what it is. If you removed all barriers from your life, what would your life look like 5 years from now? What would you do? Where would you go? What would it feel like? What would your house look like? What would your daily schedule look like? Would you wake up early and go to the beach and do yoga? Would you sleep in? Are you somebody who likes to sleep in until 12 and you would be able to do that? Are you going to be married? Are you going to have kids, dogs, whatever? If you're already married, are you going to pay for your kids to go to college? Are you going to be financially free? Like, we all have things that we want in life. Like, I know what I want my house to look like to a T. Like, I could explain to you my dream house. I can tell you what I want my kitchen to look like. I can tell you I want like all white cabinets and marble countertops and a nice big island with the wine bottle rack in the side and nice natural lighting. And so I could take nice pictures of my food in my kitchen with the skylight. I could tell you I want to live by the water. I want to like literally be able to walk outside and go paddleboarding in my backyard and walk down the street and go to the beach, like not have to get in a car and not have to get on a bike, because Lord knows I can't ride a bike for my life. So I know what I want to like, what I want my life to look like. I know that I want to be able to just wake up and do my personal development in my backyard, like overlooking the water. And I know that I want to be able to go in my closet and sit on a nice leather bench and put my shoes on and not have to like sit on a step stool in the middle of the closet and put my shoes on. So it's okay to want these things in your life. It's okay to dream. It's okay to dream big. And you want to think about those things that you've always wanted, but maybe you felt it was too extravagant, or like, oh, I don't need that. Like, oh, I would really love to have that Jeep, but no, I don't need that. That's too extravagant. Or, oh, I would really love a pair of Louboutin red bottom heels, but no, that's too extravagant for me. Like, I'm not Chalene Johnson. I can't wear those shoes. Like what are those things that you want, and why do we think that we can't have them? So think about all of those things that you want. Like for me, it sounds really extravagant, but who cares? I want a white Jeep with like rose gold rims. I think that'd be so freaking cool. And a maid and like a personal chef to do all this shit that I don't like to do, and a French bulldog and like a big ass chandelier in the living room, and a walk-in closet like Mariah Carey, like all those things. I want those things, and it's okay to want things. Like I don't know why we think it's not okay. So the other thing that you want to think about is, what would it feel like to wake up every single day and experience the things that I just described? Like experience living in that house. Maybe it's a log cabin you want to live in. Wherever you want to live, like in the mountains, at the beach. We all have different things that we like. So what would it feel like to wake up and know like, wow, I'm in my dream house. Wow, I'm like living my dream life. Wow, look at my closet. That looks awesome. What would that feel like? And then the other thing you have to ask yourself is like, why not you? Like, how come all these other people get to have these things, but why not you? So one last thing when you're thinking about your vision is, what are the voices saying in your head that have talked you out of all of these things before, and how are you going to respond to them from now on? So did you grow up hearing things like, that's too expensive, or, oh, that takes too long to achieve that goal, or, oh, you don't have the right upline to make that kind of money, or you're not cool or popular enough, or you're not fit enough, or like all of those kind of things that we hear in our head, or self-talk, or things that people say to us that we think are true just because people are saying them, which isn't. So how are you going to respond from now on when you hear those things? Are you going to say, oh yeah, I know you're right? Or are you going to say, watch me, like, watch me do it? So your vision is for you. And I want you to think about the life you want to live and how you want to feel every day. And that's going to keep you motivated doing your business every day without fail, even on the days where you rather watch the Pens game, even on the days where you'd rather like sit in bed and not move, or binge watch your favorite show on Netflix, or do anything but talk to people. That's going to keep you doing it. Okay? The part for you is going to keep you doing that for you and your family. Like, this is for you, and not just for you, but for your family. Like, your family needs this. This is not just something that's selfishly for you. I mean, yeah, maybe my closet's for me, but it's for your family. Like, you're not a coach just because you want to change your life. You want to impact the life of your entire family, whether you have kids yet or not. Like, I don't want my kids to not be able to have the things they want, and I don't want them to be spoiled, but I want them to be well off and not have to struggle and not have to feel like, oh, well, I don't have like all the things that my friends have in school, or I'm not good enough and things like that. So whether you have a family already, or you're planning a family, or you're eventually going to have a family down the road, it's not something that's just for you. Like, your family needs this too. So that's the one part of your why. That's your vision. The second part of your why is called your mission. And this is one of the coolest things. Like, once you figure out what your mission is, your whole business is going to change. So we're all coaches. Like I said, we're all Beachbody coaches. We all help people. We all help people lose weight and get in shape and feel fit and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not just about that. Like, you could do that for free. Like, you could help people get fit for free. You could say, hey, I did the 21-day fix. You should do that too. But why did you decide to be a coach? Why did you decide to run challenge groups? Why did you decide to dedicate 2 hours or whatever of your day, of your time every single day to other people? It has to be more than just helping people lose weight. That can't be the most important thing. Like, that is something that you've done, and that is what got you here, of course. But there's a lot of other things that you have gone through in your life that'll help you figure out what your purpose is. So you want to think about, what do you want your life to stand for? And I'm going to get like kind of morbid here, but what do you want your tombstone to say? Right? Like, what do you want it to say? Do you want it to say, yeah, this girl helped people lose some weight? Or do you want it to say, this girl helped empower other people to conquer self-doubt and find clarity and purpose in their life through health and fitness? Which one sounds better? The second one, right? Number 2. Because that's what I do. I empower women to conquer self-doubt and find clarity and purpose in their life. And the tools that I use to do that is health and fitness, is Shakeology and Beachbody programs. Right? I don't just sell Shakeology and sell Beachbody programs. I use those things to help women discover their self-confidence and conquer that self-doubt that they have built up over time from all the people that told them they weren't good enough. And that comes from where, if I look back, I can't see what she said because I have like a page covering it. When I look back at my life and the things that I've gone through in my life, a lot of those things are a lot of the same things that the people that I am speaking to on social media are going through as well. So, or have gone through. So to come up with what you want your business to stand for, what you want your life to stand for, what you want your mission to be, you have to look back at the world and at your life and see what kind of things in the world bring you pain. So and make you want to like fight for change. So when you see things happening or when you see people feeling a certain way, what does it do to you? What are the things that make you go like, oh, if only I could tell that person, like if only I could help that person. So for me, it really hurts me when people doubt themselves. And it really hurts me when people have self-confidence issues, like these beautiful people that just say like, I'm just not good enough, or I'm just not pretty enough, or I can never do what you do. Those things really hurt me because people just kind of give up on themselves. And it really hurts me too when people are okay with being okay. You know, they're people okay with being average and they are never taking chances. So those are things that bring me pain, and I want to change that for people. I want people to take action. I want people to get uncomfortable, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And then thinking back to my life, some of the things that I've experienced that I've overcome in my life that I want to pass on to others and show other people like, hey, look, I did this, you can do it too, is bullying. I was bullied from the time I was in first grade all the way up through high school, middle school, college. It never stops. So that's one of the things that I dealt with. I made it through. And I look like I have like no hair because it's so dark right now. I dealt with that and I made it through. And I'm using all of the things I've learned along that journey to help other people who have dealt with that in their past. I really feel like I went through all of the shit that I went through because my purpose is to help people overcome that self-doubt. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't know what it felt like to begin with. So the other thing that I overcame or that I experienced is self-confidence issues. Like I would never get on a call and talk to people ever. I had to do a speech at my high school graduation because I was not the best. I was second best. It's like another, I can't be the best. I'm always like second best. That was the other thing that I always never felt like I was good enough. But I had to give a speech at graduation, and I cried the entire time because I was like scared to talk. So it's like recorded. I'm reading my speech, like just crying. It's like I'm crying my speech. I wasn't even like speaking. I was just crying the whole time. And like everybody else was crying. So I think it kind of just worked in my favor. Like everybody was sad about what I was saying, or maybe they were like laughing and crying at me. But self-confidence is huge. And the other thing that is a part of my story and that I've overcome is graduating and like not liking the job that I was in. So from that, you want to sum up the difference you want to make in 3 words. So for me, those 3 words would be to empower, to conquer, and purpose were the 3 words that came to mind. So then I took those 3 words, empower, conquer, and purpose, and I put that all into one sentence. And that is my mission statement of my business. And it started off as a paragraph, and I started chipping away at it until it came out to be one sentence, so that when people ask me, what is it that you do? You say, I'm a coach mentor, and I empower others to conquer self-doubt and find clarity and purpose in their lives through health and fitness. Sounds cool, right? People are like, oh, well, what do you do? Like, how do you do that? Like, tell me more. Instead of just saying, oh, I'm a health and fitness coach. Cool. I see like 80 of those every day on my Facebook, you know? So that's just another way for you to brand yourself, for you to share a specific message with people. And then when it comes to your posting, it's going to make it 10,000 times easier, because you're not just going to post like, woohoo, got my workout done today. You're going to think about, what do those people who are seeing my post value? Not everyone values health and fitness, unfortunately. It's sad, but not everybody values the things that we have. But I can guarantee you, if you sat down and you wrote down some other things that you value, like friendship or family or being a mom or faith, if that's you're into going to church. Oh, there's a big furry thing. Like, what is that thing? Yeah. So if faith and family and being a mom or friendships, community, all of those things, I guarantee you people on your Facebook value those things more than they value health and fitness. So what you want to do is share health and fitness through those values. So instead of just saying like, yeah, I got my workout done because like I got to look good, you know, you might say, hey, this, like, for example, if you're a mom, I'm not a mom, but this is always like the easiest example to explain. So let's say you're a mom and you're doing your workout, and instead of just posting like, ooh, I got my workout done, yay, nobody cares. What you want to do is talk about something that other moms or other people in your target market would value, which is being a mom, family, being a role model, things like that. And you can talk about your workout and say, I just got my workout done in my living room, and it was so cool. I looked over and I saw my kids were watching me, and I just got this really awesome sense of pride because I knew that I'm setting a positive example for my kids just by working out in front of them in my living room. And that feels amazing. And like something like that, if you're a mom and you're scrolling on Facebook and you see that, you're going to be like, wow, yeah, that is cool. You know, I should probably do that for my kids too, you know? So it's more likely that people on your social media will relate to what you're doing if you talk about it in a way that they value. Not just like, oh, I did my workout, or oh, I drank my shake today. You want to talk about what your people value in their life. You know, so maybe your people value freedom, or maybe your people value community or friendships. That's why pretty much every time I talk about the team or even like fitness, I talk about the community that I have, like this group of people that like, if I don't show up today, they're going to be really mad. You know, like I have a family, I have people supporting me. I have a team, because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for community. I was looking for friends. I was looking for a family because I had a family, but I didn't have friends who were like family. I didn't have a supportive group of women who I could like talk to or depend on or trust or anything or relate to. So that's what attracted me to being a coach. So those are the things that I talk about, that the things that I value other than health and fitness, because obviously, yeah, health and fitness is important to me. It wasn't always like the most important thing in my life, but it became that. So you have to think of other things of value to your people, so that when you talk about those kind of things like health, fitness, nutrition, like woohoo, you share it in a way that's of value. So for example, when I was a teacher, instead of just posting about my food, I would post about how I could meal prep, or I could be nutritious while still working. So like, here's my lunch for work. Like, who says you have to go out with pizza with all the other teachers? Like, I've got this healthy meal and it took me like 2 seconds to make it at home. You could talk, like when I was going to work, I would drink my shake in the car. Instead of just saying like, yay, here's my shake in the car, I would say, well, I have 0 time in the morning, so I'm really happy I can at least get one nutritious meal in as a teacher. You know, as a teacher, you're always on the go and talking about things that people relate to, and things that people will, when they see it, they can see themselves like in you. Like, oh yeah, that would be really helpful to have in the morning. Or, oh, I wish I had a family or a community that I could check in with and that I could talk to about my goals and things like that. So you kind of want to just, it sounds really bad, but you kind of want to make people jealous of the things they're missing out on. You want to like create FOMO on your social media. You really do. You don't want to be like arrogant about it. You don't want to be like, yeah, my life is 10 times better than yours, you know, but you want to share, like, when you talk about those things, if you talk about the work it took to get there, or you talk about like how grateful you are for what you have, then it doesn't come off that you're arrogant. So, I mean, sometimes it's okay to be that way because like, hey, you work for it, so what the hell, you know? But you definitely want to kind of think about the ways that you're presenting those things that maybe you're not getting a ton of engagement on because it's not valuable to the people that are on your Facebook and it's not something that they find important. But if you switch up your approach and you talk about it in a way that is through your mission, like every day you ask yourself, well, whatever your mission is, every day I say, did I empower people to conquer self-doubt today? Did I help anyone find clarity and purpose in their life today? Like, did I do that today? And if I just look at my posts and I see what I posted, I can see if I did that. So I don't know if anyone has any questions. That's really it. I don't want to like talk your ear off, but I just think it's really important to know these things and to have it written down somewhere and have it solidified, because it's going to make your business 1,000 times easier with posting, with inviting, because you can invite people to be a part of your groups and you know like exactly what you're going to provide them with. You're not just going to help them lose weight. You're going to know how to present that invitation to them because you know what they need. And it's also going to make you feel better about what you're doing. You're not going to feel icky about inviting people. You're not going to feel icky about posting because you know everything that you're doing is to whatever your mission is, inspire or empower, whatever the word kind of strikes a chord with you, or strikes a chord, I should say, with you. That's what you're doing every day. So that'll get you up in the morning. The simple fact of helping people lose weight, like, yeah, that's fun, that's cool, but there's more to it. And that's what I want you guys to think about yourself, but also what your overall mission is, because that, like, you can even make your alarm on your phone, like when it goes off in the morning, it'll say what your mission is every day. So you remember why you're doing this. But yeah, that's it. I don't know if anyone has any questions. I've got 24% battery and I've got time. So
that was awesome. Thank you so much. I think the only person Ashley, do you know who Carolyn is? Because I think you're the only person that might not.
I think you're upline, isn't she?
Right, she's my coach, but Ashley's pretty new, so I wasn't sure if she knew who you were because I didn't really introduce you.
I didn't recognize you.
Yeah.
So. I was like, I thought I knew everybody, but nice to meet you.
No, that was really awesome, and I don't know if the teacher in you has any homework, but I have an idea if you don't.
Sorry, what?
I said, I don't know if the teacher in you has any homework for everyone, but I have an idea if you do not.
Oh, what's your idea?
For everyone to come up with those 3 words, and then by our one-on-one calls next Thursday, try to come up with your mission statement, your 1 sentence.
Yeah, I can share the questions too, like those questions, like what brings you pain and what are some things that you overcame like in your life, if you want me to share those with you so you can.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take a picture of all of us, and then maybe you can comment on it.
Okay, yeah, I'll comment in the group with the questions then.
And besides that, I don't have anything planned. No, I think we're good. The Master Diamond Mine was last night. Did you record the Diamond Mine call last night? Because it was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so if any of you are emeralds and you weren't on the Diamond Mine call last night, make sure you watch the recording. And if you aren't an emerald, get to it so you can watch it, because it was a really good call. All right, I'm going to hit stop.